Hollywood has long been a subject of intense scrutiny, and its inner workings often spark debates about the true nature of fame, success, and the dynamics between its stars. In recent years, actors like Jim Carrey and Denzel Washington have been particularly vocal about their experiences in the industry, revealing challenges that go beyond the glamorous image Hollywood likes to project. Carrey, known for his comedic roles, has been open about his struggles with the industry's superficiality and the challenges that arise when maintaining integrity in an environment that often seems to prioritize appearances over substance. In particular, Carrey has highlighted what he perceives as Hollywood's reluctance to embrace individuals with strong personalities and unwavering principles. One of his comments in particular refers to the apparent disdain many in Hollywood have for someone like Denzel Washington, who has built a career not just on his acting talent, but on his integrity and his refusal to conform to industry norms. Some have speculated that Washington's no-nonsense approach and his determination to maintain a strong moral compass have created tension with others in the industry. A significant point of contention for Washington appears to be the way his approach to filmmaking and his refusal to tolerate certain behaviors have clashed with other major players in Hollywood. In the case of a feud with actress Ellen Pompeo, the tension became public during a 2016 episode of Grey's Anatomy, which Washington directed. Pompeo, who is known for her role on the long-running medical drama, revealed on her podcast that there was an uncomfortable encounter during the production of the episode. Pompeo explained that she had attempted to improvise during a scene, which led to a disagreement with Washington. She also made some critical remarks about his directing style, despite acknowledging his talent. This disagreement, along with other comments made by Pompeo, sparked a backlash among fans, many of whom saw her behavior as disrespectful to Washington, who is widely regarded as one of the industry's most respected actors. In response to the criticism, some fans pointed out Pompeo's history of controversial actions, such as her use of certain emojis on social media that were seen as culturally insensitive. In light of these events, some fans felt that Pompeo's actions were indicative of a larger issue within Hollywood, a tendency to dismiss or undermine those who do not conform to the typical celebrity mold. Meanwhile, the tension between Washington and director Quentin Tarantino is also notable. Tarantino, who was once one of Hollywood's most sought-after filmmakers, known for his bold storytelling and sharp dialogue, has had a rocky relationship with Washington. Despite Tarantino's significant influence on films such as Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction, Washington never worked with him. Their interactions reportedly soured during the production of Crimson Tide, a 1995 action thriller in which both Washington and Tarantino were involved. Washington had some issues with Tarantino's approach to the script, particularly his addition of dialogue that some felt didn't align with the tone of the film. Despite this history, Washington has stated that the two eventually reconciled, though some still believe there may be unresolved tension between them. This situation highlights the complex relationships that can exist between stars, directors, and writers in Hollywood, where creative differences can sometimes lead to long-lasting personal and professional rifts. At the heart of these stories is a larger narrative about Hollywood's preference for conformity and the challenges faced by those who refuse to be a part of that. Washington's commitment to his principles, both on and off set, has made him a polarizing figure in an industry that often values marketability over authenticity. For some, this makes him a difficult figure to work with, while for others, it only adds to his mystique and appeal. While Hollywood's internal politics and conflicts are often shrouded in secrecy, stories like those of Denzel Washington, Jim Carrey, and others show that the road to success in the industry is not always paved with ease. Instead, it can be a difficult journey, especially for those who choose to stay true to themselves rather than conform to the pressures of fame. In the end, Hollywood's resistance to individuals like Washington may be a reflection of the industry's larger reluctance to embrace true authenticity, preferring instead to focus on superficial aspects of stardom. As more voices like Carrey's and Washington's continue to speak out, the industry may slowly begin to reevaluate what it values most: superficial success or true artistic integrity. In the film Crimson Tide, a particular moment in the climax stands out for its underlying racial subtext. During a pivotal scene, Hackman's character, Captain Ramsey, gives a monologue about Le Pizzenaire stallions, emphasizing that these prized horses are always white. In response, Washington's character, Lieutenant Commander Hunter, fires back by pointing out that the horses are actually born black. While the scene doesn't overtly address race, the subtext is clear, reflecting Tarantino's knack for embedding deeper, uncomfortable themes within seemingly neutral dialogue. This moment was more than just a script alteration for Washington. It resonated with him personally. According to a 1995 Premiere magazine article, Washington confronted Tarantino about the racially charged nature of the dialogue, as well as the filmmaker's frequent use of racial slurs in his scripts. Tarantino reportedly suggested they discuss the matter privately, but Washington insisted they address it immediately. This confrontation created tension between the two, and their relationship became strained for years. For Tarantino, this kind of controversy was nothing new. His works, from Reservoir Dogs to Pulp Fiction, often included provocative language and racial slurs, which he defended as integral to his characters. However, Washington, as one of Hollywood's most respected black actors, felt it was important to stand firm on the issue. The fallout from this incident wasn't just a fleeting disagreement. It marked the beginning of a long-standing rift between Washington and Tarantino. Washington, known for his discerning choice of collaborators, never worked with Tarantino again, despite the latter's continued success with films like Django Unchained and The Hateful Eight. Tarantino's career flourished, but Washington's absence from his projects was noticeable. In 2012, an interesting twist occurred when Washington's daughter, Katya, worked as an editorial production assistant on Django Unchained. Washington later acknowledged the irony of the situation, mentioning that he had already apologized to Tarantino years earlier, seeking a resolution. Though this gesture suggested maturity, some fans remain unconvinced that the issue was fully resolved, especially given that Tarantino has never publicly commented on the reconciliation. Meanwhile, the relationship between Denzel Washington and Chris Rock gained attention following the infamous Oscars slap incident in 2022. During that event, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock on stage after Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. The aftermath was chaotic, with Smith visibly emotional and Rock remaining composed. During the commercial break, Washington intervened to counsel Smith, offering the now famous advice, "At your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you." While Washington's intervention was praised, it did not go unnoticed that he did not offer the same level of support to Rock. This raised questions about the dynamics between Washington and Rock, with some speculating that their relationship might have been strained. Washington, often seen as a figure of wisdom and dignity in Hollywood, tends to focus on maintaining decorum and respect in both his professional and personal life. On the other hand, Rock's comedy is known for pushing boundaries and confronting uncomfortable truths, especially about race and systemic issues. While both men have had significant impacts on the entertainment industry, their approaches to life and art appear to differ greatly. Washington's measured, diplomatic approach to racial issues contrasts with Rock's more direct and often provocative style. This contrast in their philosophies may contribute to the perceived tension between them, with Washington possibly seeing Rock's humor as too abrasive, while Rock might feel that Washington's more traditional values are out of step with the modern realities of Hollywood. In addition to the rift with Rock, Washington's relationship with Tyler Perry has also sparked curiosity. Though both are prominent figures in Hollywood, their relationship has been characterized by subtle tension. Despite appearing to support each other in public, their differing personal and professional styles have led to speculation about a quiet feud. This dynamic suggests that, while both men have achieved great success in Hollywood, their approaches to their craft and the industry may not always align, leading to unspoken tensions behind the scenes. Tyler Perry and Denzel Washington relate different stories. Perry made his name writing realistic melodramatic stories with Medea. The wig-wearing, wisecracking grandmother is a cultural icon, yet Perry has been criticized. Tyler Perry can't play men to save their lives. Their characters are good women, and I think the best performers should play them. Denzel, who is known for his serious, principled acting and directing, apparently dislikes Perry's style. Denzel refuses to associate with Perry because his work reinforces negative stereotypes. Hollywood knows Denzel won't appear in a Tyler Perry film. Why? Denzel, a two-time Academy Award winner, favors dignified and revolutionary black narrative ventures. Despite his wealth, Perry has been accused of selling buffoonery, a complaint that has plagued his career. Perry's 2010 version of Intozake Shange's 1975 choreo poem for colored girls is a major source of disagreement. Poetic monologues and nuanced portrayals of black women's difficulties make the original play famous. However, Perry's film adaptation was criticized for its melodrama and ponderous storytelling. Many fans and critics felt Perry mistreated a black art treasure, turning it into another example of his controversial style. Denzel is said to think Perry's films degrade black storytelling. However, he hasn't commented on this picture. Denzel sees every production as an opportunity to fight preconceptions and elevate black cinema, unlike Perry's commercial focus. Spike Lee has also criticized Tyler Perry, fueling the heat. He called Perry's shows buffoonery, prompting a debate about black storytelling's responsibilities. I think much of what's on now is nonsense. We could improve, but it's making a lot of money and smashing records. Perry's followers say his films represent real-life challenges, while his enemies, including Denzel's camp, say he panders to destructive cliches for laughs and ticket sales. Denzel may dislike Perry since he shares Lee's philosophy. Denzel and Lee have worked together on Malcolm X for years. Their shared view of art as a weapon for social advancement may make Perry's comedy drama seem wrong and harmful. Tyler Perry has responded to criticism. Perry blamed classism in the black community for the backlash in an interview with Chris Wallace. Perry said his stories touch millions because they are inspired by actual people he grew up with, whose experiences deserve to be shared, even if they're not highbrow. Perry stated that some in our society, especially black people, look down on certain cultural aspects. He said ignoring his movies is like eliminating his personal and friends' stories. Fans often argue about Perry Washington tension. Denzel and others believe Perry's work promotes stereotypes and diminishes black film. Others defend Perry, saying his films are passionate reflections of his childhood and neighborhood. One fan said, "Tyler's movies aren't perfect, but they resonate with individuals who identify with the characters. Some people didn't grow up with Spike Lee or Denzel. Perry's work is his confession." Finally, Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey and Denzel Washington are renowned figures, but they seem to have distinct attitudes to life and achievement, which may explain why Steve apparently has conflicts with Denzel. Comedy, TV hosting, and relationship advice have made Steve famous, but some believe his rise hasn't been wholesome. However, Denzel is admired for his humility, work ethic, and family devotion. These contrasts may explain their conflict. Steve has a history of dishonesty and exploitation. Mark Curry accused him of copying jokes, saying Steve did a Halloween skit on his program based on his own experiences. Curry revealed, "He completed my Halloween run without thinking. That happened to me." These allegations damage Steve's self-made star status. The joke Curry was referring to is here. Halloween was a trip. We couldn't afford Halloween costumes. Mama sent us to the booze store with boxes. We UPS, I suppose. Steve's version. I've said I wore the same Halloween outfit annually. I had a brown package, and he advised me to advertise as a UPS man. Worse, Curry claimed Steve stole his comedy twice. Steve Harvey used my content on both platforms. Yeah. I walked up to him at Def Jam and said, "Man, you're using my material." Denzel has always gone another way. He prioritizes self-improvement, hard work, and integrity. Denzel is known for dedication and commitment, while Steve takes shortcuts. This dramatic contrast may explain Denzel's subtle shade at Steve throughout the years. Denzel's statements emphasize being a good father and husband, which some take as subtle criticism of Steve. Denzel stated in one lecture that fathers must be actual fathers, not merely makers. Consider Steve's background when reading these words. Marjorie Harvey was supposedly Steve's mistress while he was married to Mary Lee Harvey, which led to scandal. Sources say Marjorie helped Steve with legal concerns throughout his divorce before they married. However, Denzel's personal life is stable and committed. After 40 years of marriage to Pauletta Washington, he credits her for his accomplishments. Denzel gave a touching message on 40 years of sacrifice and forgiveness. "She taught me spirituality, faith, and true love." These statements contradict Steve's skirt-chasing and marital turmoil. Denzel has also attacked child-rearing for lack of accountability. He said, "It begins at home. Young men will find fathers if they don't have one. Can't blame the system." These words may be a hit at Steve, whose children have suffered with his turbulent personal life. Steve said in an interview that Denzel offered him a reality check regarding their jobs, underlining the differing degrees of effort needed to see their work. Steve Harvey told a Club Shay Shay interviewer about a significant Denzel Washington lesson. Denzel explained the significant contrast between being a movie star and a TV personality at a Los Angeles restaurant during Oscar season. "Oh my God, Mr. Washington, people came up. My God, Mr. Washington, I travel everywhere, watch every movie. Many thanks, it's fantastic. Respectful treatment. Notice how people approach you when they know you. Oh my God, when they see me, Mr. Washington. Steve, hi man." Denzel, in his movie star magnificence, explained it. Get a babysitter, get in your car, stand in line, purchase a ticket, stand in another line, get popcorn and whatnot, sit down, wait, and I appear 25 feet tall on the screen. Once they depart, they don't see me again until another movie. I star in movies. Steve has an unusual relationship with his fans. They welcome you to their place daily, Denzel said. They consider you related. No one should invite strangers to their residence unless they like them. After inviting you over, they make sandwiches in their drawers and watch you. You're related. The difference between movie stars on screen and real-world identities makes them seem larger than life, as Denzel explained. TV personalities become part of viewers' daily lives, which can bring them closer, but sometimes too close. He contrasted my movie stardom with your TV stardom. Visits to me cost money. Invited daily to their home. Denzel's fame goes beyond acting. Despite his success, fans respect his humility. It's been evident for years that he doesn't buy into celebrity stereotypes. Denzel revealed how people romanticize filmmaking at a 2016 Hollywood Reporter-Directors discussion. He said, "People talk about movie-making difficulty, so send your son to Iraq. Quite challenging." In a talk with Mel Gibson and Barry Jenkins, this honest revelation reminded everyone that genuine challenges exist outside Hollywood. Denzel also talked about how his garbage guy and postman roots ground him. Denzel refuses to link filmmaking to real-life hardships. Unlike other performers, he considers filmmaking a privilege. His statement that making movies is a gift and an opportunity captured it brilliantly. Denzel's gratitude sets him distinct in Hollywood. He values honesty over pretense. Denzel startled Oprah and her audience in 1996 by saying he never sought celebrity, simply greatness in his job. "I have no idea what Hollywood is," he said. Kelly and Ryan said. "There are small stars on the ground, and people take pictures." Denzel has admitted to having a few famous buddies. He told The Guardian, "I have no actor buddies. Old buddies, ex-musicians, restaurant owners, and pro baseball players are my friends." His reason was that he doesn't believe in schmoozing or partying for jobs. Despite the outrage, Denzel's PR contact emphasized that he did mention friendships with Tom Hanks and Julia Roberts, but they were deleted from the story. However, Steve Harvey views fame differently. He likened fame to living in a huge, lovely prison on Family Feud in 2016. Fame differs from perception. Being famous is like living in a luxurious prison. Fame makes basic activities like going to the theater or an amusement park practically hard, according to Steve. In a 2019 Sunday Times interview, Steve termed fame a harsh industry with few benefits. His mansion was his getaway. When he took his granddaughters to Aladdin, he booked the entire theater for privacy. He also highlighted emotional experiences like being recognized in Cannes and playing the Family Feud theme song. Denzel's legacy inspires millions despite the hate. Fans love him for his grounded attitude to fame, family commitment, and refusal to let Hollywood define him. Denzel has been praised by Jim Carrey for staying loyal to himself in a field that often demands differently. Hollywood hates Denzel Washington. Why? His reluctance to play their game, insistence on honesty, and commitment to ideals that don't match the industry's shallow standards may be the answer. That's all for this video. Bye.